Hello everyone, my name is Javin and this is my YouTube channel. With winter approaching here soon, I wanted to give some tips today about how to winter-proof your Pokemon cards. As freezing temperatures get closer, awful things could be happening to your cards. This is after a few hours of freezing. Imagine what a whole winter could do to your collection. If we get up close and see, this is just after a few hours of freezing temperatures. Our card didn't want to sacrifice a really nice real card, so I just threw a code card in here to simulate what could happen. Probably similar things. So you can see it's just ruined in here, really bad. All the corners, it's all folded up, and don't want this happening to any of the cards in your collection. So I'm going to throw at you some tips here today that will help prevent this from happening to your collection. That may seem a little obvious, but you want to make sure your cards are dressed for the weather. So when it gets cold out, you want to make sure they have a nice winter jacket or a heavy sweatshirt on like this. And this will really help with the cold. You can see our lily is protected up there and in the sleeves. Got our cards up. And you can even put some cards down in pockets if your sweatshirts have any. But I wouldn't put any of your really rare cards in there because it can still get kind of cold since it's more on the outside. But yeah, get our cards all snuggled up there in our sweatshirt. These tips may seem kind of obvious, but just want to make sure everyone knows them. All right, next tip for those cold winter nights, you want to make sure that your cards get tucked in safe and snug. Blankets, make sure you have a thick blanket. You want your card to be comfortable. Not too many blankets because they could get too hot under there. But, one nice thick blanket will keep them warm throughout the night. Alright, and when you have a bunch of cards to protect, like here in my deck box, I've got, a couple hundred cards or whatever in the box. And it's going to be really hard to individually dress all these cards and tuck them in each. So just find a vent around your house, if you have central heating, and place the box over top. That'll keep the hot air flowing up into the box, keeping the whole box warm. Your cards shouldn't freeze over that way. It may make the room overall a little less warm, but as long as your cards are warm, it doesn't matter about you. The same tip applies even if you don't have central heating. As long as you have a fireplace and you have a nice fire going, just put your deck box right up against the fireplace, and it should be nice and warm that way. Make sure you don't put it inside the fireplace. That's a really common mistake. That's how a lot of people lose their cards, is they put them in the fire. So another tip I have real quick is, an interesting fact is, if you're alive, your body temperature is around 98 degrees or so, and that would keep your cards pretty darn warm. So if you get in an emergency, like you're out and you open up cards out in the cold for some reason, and you weren't inside, your body temperature can keep your cards from freezing. So, you can push the cards up against your skin, like something like that. If that's just not doing it, the inside of your body's also warm, so you can just throw a card like that and it will keep it nice and warm. Alright everyone, thank you very much for watching today. These were just a few tips, with the cold coming, it's going to get really dangerous for everyone's collections. So I just wanted to throw some tips out there, let you guys know some of my strategies for keeping my cards warm during the winter. If you have any other tips or are going to use any of these, just let me know down in the comments, and let everyone else know if you have any good tips for the winter time. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and please have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe.